Namaste, hello, hi, welcome back to this channel where I share almost all of my hikes, some of my travels, and a little bit of life here and there. And today I'm here with another video journal. This video is part of our Glacier National Park series and it covers everything that we did on our 4th day in the park. This was a pretty relaxed day. We started the day with a walk around our Airbnb and later went to City Beach. We wrapped up our Airbnb stay followed by a late visit to the east side of the park, which was the only side we hadn't explored by then. We finally managed to leave the Whitefish area by the evening and had an interesting dinner experience at the famous Desoro Grill and Bar at Kalispell. This video also captures a little bit of detail about our last day of the trip and how we wrapped it all to come back to our place. You can find all other video journals of this series inside the playlist link that I have mentioned in the description box below. It has videos from our entire trip. Now, without wasting any more time, let's jump into this video. Just like the previous day, my morning started with a short walk along the neighborhood where most of the houses seem to be Airbnbs. This is my most preferred way to start the day. Through these walks, I often seek the same peace inside my busy mind that I see in the outside world. Most of the Airbnbs that we had stayed in so far had a cute appearance, and this one was no exception. The only difference was that it was designed as a mountain or hill property with a well-maintained and decorated fireplace in addition to well-furnished front yard for people to be able to sit in and enjoy the warmth of sun. The community there also had a common barbecue and spa area. We didn't get a chance to use any of that though.
Better switch it off. I headed to the same place we went yesterday, City Beach. The checkout is at 11 and we also need to buy a patch or a cream for Vaibhav's blisters.
Shortly after the walk, Vaibhav and I went to be at the City Beach.
Good morning.
Morning.
So he basically wanted to swim. He doesn't need any blister cream or blister patch. His plan was to come here just to swim.
We had already explored that beach the day before, but it felt like we can use the morning time to go again and swim in the natural water one last time before we finally leave the place later in the day. And indeed, being at the beach in the morning hours refreshed us like nothing else. After coming back from the beach, we all gathered our stuff and packed it up inside the car and left for the park. The drive from Airbnb to the park was made extra fun this time by some good music and our discussions over some great podcast choices. On this day, our plan was just to see the eastern side of the park, which is also known as East Glacier Park. Two Medicine Lakes is one of the major attractions there. And to be able to get there, instead of entering the park from West Gate, we continued our drive on US 2 East. This route was longer and exciting because we saw the rare sight of a running train in the United States. We also made a quick stop on the way to use restrooms and to stretch a little bit. The rest of the drive was interesting. The road sometimes seemed to run along the Middle Fork Flathead River, and you can also enjoy the views of several well-known mountains of this region. Along the way, there are many campsites and trailheads, and as a part of fun, we had established that wherever we saw slightly more people, we believed that it could either be a campsite or a trailhead, and it was also fun to keep a count on that. Because that day also we had left a little late for the park, so we when first reached near the entrance, there was no parking available. And as a result, we had to come back to the nearest market to kill some time there and to wait for the parking to be available again. We used that time by having the local and famous huckleberry ice cream, which was honestly worth giving a try. In fact, we still don't miss even a single chance to have that wherever we find it. We also stocked up some huckleberry muffins to eat later in the day. After that, we successfully entered the park on our second try at the entrance. After parking our car in the nearest parking lot, we enjoyed the scenery from the lakeshore. This lake is famous for its crystal clear water and colored stones, both inside and surrounding the lake. When the water in the lake is still, you can in fact see the clear reflection of the mountain on the lake surface, which is a beautiful sight. We hiked a short distance on Paradise Point Trail. The end of this trail takes you, well, to the Paradise Point, which provides a great view of the rising Wolf Mountain, which is directly across the lake. We stayed there for a short bit and soaked in the view before heading back. While we did all that, we also kept looking at the time because that same evening we had our stay reserved at a place named Hot Springs. This place was about 154 miles away from us. So after hanging around in the parking lot a bit, a visit to general store and a quick snack break later, we decided to leave the park.
So we are heading out to Kalispell side now.
On our drive back, we covered almost the same route, but we made sure to stop at the Goat Lake Overlook. This spot was famous to view mountain goats.
What are you trying to do?
Hello.
Are you telling something?
Yeah, I was telling that we are at Goat Lake Point and there are a lot of goats here. And the explanation why there are so many goats is on the board. And there are so many goats, I want to change the lens and see them, but you're not allowing me to change the lens. They're moving out of sight.
I now allow you to change the lens.
Drama, ding, ding. After getting down from the car, we walked on a short trail to the overlook, and from there, we could witness some people rafting in the river flowing below us. And we also saw some of the mountain goats trying to defy gravity, which was a unique thing to see. We left the spot soon to cover rest of the drive. As we reached a little further, we noticed a huckleberry stand. On this trip, we had gone crazy over huckleberries. So we couldn't stop us from making another stop here and have some fresh huckleberries on the spot. As the evening was quickly approaching, we moved ahead in our drive towards Kalispell. We had a plan to grab local burgers in the downtown area. Our eating experience during the entire trip in Montana was filled with so much waiting time, and here as well at the DeSoto Bar and Grill, we approximately waited for 2 hours to get a spot in the restaurant. But I guess that much waiting time added more flavor to our food. After wrapping up our dinner, we had to leave again to reach our place of the stay for the night, which was the historic Symes Hot Springs Hotel located in Hot Springs, Montana.
I have a flight to catch, I have a beer spray to ship.
No, that's okay. Our stay there was interesting. The natural hot springs obviously made the place smell like rotten eggs, but I guess that was the vibe of this place. So we went with the flow, The next morning, we had to leave the place. But before leaving, we got ready and took a stroll in the town, had coffee, breakfast, took some more pictures of, well, some interesting finds that we saw. There was pool and spa in the hotel, so some of us managed to swim a little. The rest of us got ready for the day and started wrapping up the trip. The drive from Hot Springs to Missoula Airport was 1 hour 12 minutes duration, or 71.4 miles approximately. Once we reached Missoula, we quickly planned to spend extra time at a gaming bowling place. The bowling game was interesting. We bought something to eat and stayed there to finish our game. After that, it was already time to leave for us, so we all headed to the airport, and the first thing we did was to return our car. After checking there was still some time for us to board, so we waited in the lounge and tried massage chair as well. It was fun, especially after a long trip like that. We were tired from the restless sleep we got the previous night at the Symes Hotel. So after boarding the plane, most of the journey spent sleeping and eating. And when we woke up, we had this amazing views of the reservoirs somewhere in California. Soon we landed, and after getting out of the plane, we realized that even during the day, the summer temperatures in Montana were so different than that in Bay Area. At this moment, the trip was finally over for all of us, so we picked our car from the parking and came back home. That's it for this video and the series. I had so much fun creating this, and I hope you like it too. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in my next.